This is SportsCenter.
Hey, I'm Marissa Verdon. We are just a day away from the Eastern and Western Finals in the CFL. And my God, do we have some great games with a trip to the Grey Cup on the line. And in just a few days, I will be on a flight to Winnipeg to bring you a full week of Grey Cup coverage. But my riders gotta get there first, and they will have their hands full with MVP frontrunner Nathan Rourke. So let's waste no time getting into this weekend's action and bring in our guy Davis Sanchez to talk some CFL playoffs. Great to see you, Chezzy.
Hello, Marissa. Playoff football.
All right, let's start in the West, where my riders in that vaunted defense is up against the best QB in the CFL, and they will have their hands full with MOP frontrunner Nathan Rourke. What will be the determining factor in that matchup?
Nathan Rourke is the best player in the CFL. So really this game will come down to Nathan Rourke. But the reality and really the key matchup for me and what I see here is this Saskatchewan front. Their front four and their front seven, they're as good and as deep as anybody in the league. If you watched last week, when Nathan had time with Keon Hatcher, Justin McInnes, the weapons he has, Barry Hill, the weapons he has, they can pick apart a defense. The problem is, and you saw it last week, he didn't have time. His interior offensive line, Nathan Rourke and BC, they struggled. They struggled to protect against Calgary. And I expect with a week off, Saskatchewan is healthy, they're rested, and then that home crowd, the fact that they had a home crowd, that could be the difference. The defensive line in Sask getting pressure on Nathan would be the difference. If he doesn't, if they can protect him, he has shots down the field, the BC Lions have a chance. If not, I think the Riders win this game.
Wait, Chezzy, are you pro Riders right now, brother? This is very exciting stuff. Wait, I love to hear that. Chezzy, a pleasure as always. And Tyson has you covered for this double header of CFL action on Saturday, starting at 2 Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Listen, sometimes I catch heat for having biases, but I'm going hard on my bias, okay? I'm even going to bring my Sasky jersey if they actually make the Grey Cup. This is a huge thing, okay? You don't understand. We have so little in Saskatchewan, please. And it's Friday, so we're gonna give you some fast facts powered by FanDuel to set you up for this weekend's NFL slate. And we got some big games you can watch this weekend on TSN and CTV. So let's look at our favorites now. All right, 40 seconds on the play clock, and we're starting right now. Josh Allen is 14-2 in his career against the Dolphins, averaging 268.9 passing yards per game and 2.69 TDs per game. His passing yards line for Sunday is 230.5, and passing touchdowns is 1.5, but with heavy juice on the over at -158. Okay. Tua Tagovailoa has a career high of 4.1% interception rate this season, throwing picks of 6 in 6 of 9 games with 3 multi-interception games. He's -168 to throw an interception Sunday against the Bills. This will be the first time since week 1 in the year 2000, that Patriots-Buccaneers matchup won't feature Tom Brady as a starting QB for one of the two teams. Wow, that's an interesting stat. Matt Stafford has 2, one, two, well, whatever. You know what? Considering I'm having trouble reading today, that's pretty good. I'm sorry I didn't get to those last 2 stats because we're excited about that Rams-Niners game, a game you can watch Sunday on CTV, as well as Bills-Dolphins and Patriots-Bucks. Time now for my favorite segment and yours, We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
And anytime we get sports plus water, we know that equals views. Just ask our very own Sam Glisserman. So here we go, basketball in the water like you've never seen before. I love this. This just looks like a good time. And honestly, my speed of basketball, which is very slow. As we told you earlier in the show, we're just a day away from knowing who will be playing in the Grey Cup, as the Eastern and Western Finals go down this weekend in Hamilton and Sasky. So here now is your CFL Preview powered by FanDuel. And we're going to start in the East with the 2 best teams all year in the division. And the Ticats are actually home dogs to the visiting Owls. And it probably has something to do with Alexander's perfect record. He hasn't lost in his CFL career yet. He's a perfect 12-0, and this is the first time the Ticats have faced him all season due to injuries. On the other side of the QB matchup is Bo Levi Mitchell, who's having close to an MLP-type year, leading the league in passing yards and touchdowns. And despite the 5-4 home record, Hamilton won 3 of their final 4 games in the Hammer, scoring 29 or more in each of those games. So we're leading the Ticats in the points. On to the West Final, the Lions and Riders, and oh boy, what a matchup this is. Saski are favored by 3.5 points and have allowed the fewest points against them this season. That's why this matchup is so fun, because BC has scored the most points in the CFL this season. Everything with the Lions starts and ends with Nathan Rourke. The Canadian MLP candidate did not throw a touchdown last week against Calgary, but in 2 games this season against the Riders, he threw 6 total. So we're liking his over in touchdown passes. Now joined by AFC Toronto captain Emma Regan. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We're just 2 days away from the second leg of the NSL semis against Montreal, with a trip to BMO and the final on the line. What's the vibe like amongst the team heading into the second leg?
The vibe is very good. I think we set ourselves up well in the first leg. We're really proud of that performance under some tough conditions for us as a team. So I think we're just looking to build off of that. We've had a good week of training and we're ready to get this one done and hopefully be on our way to the final.
AFC Toronto led the NSL in goals this season. Does this 2-0 lead on aggregate change your game plan for Sunday? Or will it be the same style of play that we've seen all season?
I think hopefully same style of play you've seen all season. We've kind of said from the beginning we want to play every game the same, and just because it's a semifinal, second leg of a semifinal, doesn't mean that we're going to go into it any differently. I think we've taken every single game seriously this year, and we want to do the same this weekend. So I think it's kind of business as usual. We're going to go in as if it's 0-0, honestly, and we can't let them have any momentum. So I think it's just all guns blazing right from the first minute.
Now, this having been the first year of the NSL and you being the captain of this incredible team, what are you most proud of looking back at the season?
I'm just so proud of how well this team has done. The Supporters Shield was a huge accomplishment for us. It's something we really set out to do from the beginning. And it has not been easy. There's been ups and downs. I think, like, looking back, everyone sees now, Toronto in first and they just kind of sailed through, but that's really not the case at all. There's been so much behind the scenes that people have been pushing through and playing through to get us to where we are. We've come off some really bad losses and bounced back to some amazing wins. I think that resilience is something that I was so proud of throughout the entire season from us. We've, had games where we've gone a goal down, we've come back and ended up winning the game. Stuff like that, I think, shows the character of this team. And we've just been able to rally no matter what happens to us. And I think that's so important to have inequality in a team. And that's something that should serve us really well in our last couple games.
Emma, thank you so much for your time and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you so much.
And you can watch the second leg between Toronto and Montreal Sunday on TSN at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. That's it for me today. We'll see you back here Monday. Have a great one.